And good evening, everyone.
Good evening, folks. This is Colin from Kincaid Outdoors. To my left, your right, is my co-host Jason from Pest Hunter Outdoors. My
Everybody,
third guest will be showing up eventually. Would be Cliff from Fox Outdoors. Tonight's topic is going to be starting out with traditional bows, starting what you need to start off with, and some other things. And not just traditional archery does not just mean straight bows. It also means crossbows and things like that. Though I do it's not technically a bow category. I do consider atlatl as part of that community. Um, Jason has a really nice little modern style crossbow, which is, how many pounds is that one, Jason?
100.
100-pound draw, which is not too bad. Which allows for modifications, not to where his specifications, but it allows for modifications. Um, we used to have a nice medieval style crossbow, but it was more about the 63 to 93-pound draw. But someone stole that one from us, so I cannot demonstrate that one today. But I can cover bows from fiberglass to bamboo to yew, maple, and quite a few others, including longbows, takedowns, and so forth. The only one I can't really do is compounds, but that's okay. Jason will probably have to fill in for that part because I don't own one. But archery is archery in my book, as long as you can help you. By the way, part of my setup for today was actually provided by the new inspiration part of Yahoo. Not Yahoo. Sorry, please forgive me. YouTube. When you go to create your thing, it can actually help you. That's where my picture came from tonight. So that was actually kind of cool. But I haven't done a topic like this in 4 years, apparently. It's not a firearm, Rob.
What?
Bows being loaded are not firearms.
They will be considered here soon.
But they're not as of yet. Please forgive me.
Because I was reading up on that too.
Cover me, Jason. I can't chew. Big bite. I can't talk.
Yeah, Rob. I was reading some research. There's more fatalities with pneumatic nail guns than there are of arrows and pneumatic weapons per year.
The only similarity that they do to a firearm is you have gun in the name. That's it.
Phone call.
No kidding. Well, let me check here.
Alrighty, I think we're good. We're good there. Wyatt, how you doing?
Oh, Wyatt's here. Long time no. Oh, it's What Life.
What life? Sorry, I just did a quick look.
If that was the case, we shouldn't be able to breathe there, Rob.
Yeah.
And welcome, Rob. Welcome, Doug. Welcome, Wildlife. Thank you for coming. Ian, I might need something of yours. Or a couple of things of yours, actually. I need that bowstring I gave you and the new fiberglass bow from last year you got at the flea market.
It doesn't fit. I already know.
You sure?
Yes.
By the way, I got some good scientific data last night.
Which is?
Well, I had 2 mice show up. They didn't make it. I was able to recover the slugs.
Well, oh, you mentioned that to me, remember?
No, this is after the live last night.
I know. I was listening.
Yeah.
Then
No, this is after the live.
You talked to Cliff about it.
Yeah. And
I was listening.
oh, okay. And those slugs are going fast enough. They are mushrooming.
Okay.
Because I got proof because I had that new sheet of target behind them.
Mm-hmm.
And they're actually making a big hole in the paper and bouncing off the duck seal. So those things are mushrooming very, very large, about 3 times their size, just by hitting a little mouse.
Well, I don't actually show what you show on your channel, so.
Well, I figured I'd give you guys the news before I videotape.
Scientifically, that means it's going fast enough.
It's going fast enough, yes.
Well, the stuff I'm going to show off today, well, starting off with something simple, is what arrows shoot.
Mm-hmm.
And this one here is a simple bullet-pointed field point, shield cut.
Commercial.
Right in the middle of my commercial. Dang it. Well, let me know when you're done with your commercials, folks. That way I can continue doing
Yeah, it was for Pluto TV.
Pluto TV is not bad, but it does cost.
Oh, another commercial.
I haven't checked.
Furniture. I think it's West something. Nice patio furniture.
I'm checking my.
Looks like bamboo.
I have a game which I'm really not a fan of.
Westminster Teak. All right, my commercials are over.
Now, I'm checking to see what other ones I have, but
I normally don't get commercials.
well, you did this time, which is good for me. They got booped really good on improper. Okay, that's very true. I'm not sure if Wildlife does any archery or anything like that. I know you do, Jason.
Yeah.
I know that while Rob can, he's limited to what he can do. And I would love to see him test that old school law about having to shoot on Sundays and see what they say about that, considering where he's from. That would be an interesting topic if he's actually saying he's following the law.
Yeah, that rain is coming down. Ooh.
I didn't know it was raining because you never specified. It is a balmy 28 degrees compared to yesterday. We're at about 14 degrees since yesterday, so but still below freezing. No, I wanted you to actually check the laws, see what it says about
it's 34 degrees here and raining.
Yeah, you're above freezing. I'm still way below.
And we
No,
still
I'm
got
curious if
frost and snow.
I'm not sure if you remember, Jason, that I was talking to you about the pre-finished shabs that I was thinking about using.
Yeah.
These are not those, but they're very similar to, as you can see with the cresting they got here. The only difference is it's got 4 fletched, as you can see, alternating. I don't have any alternating colors that'll fit with me. All I have is the green and white ones that are going to be, all the same all the way around. but I have to purchase more because, since I do 4 fletch instead of 3 fletch, I go through my fletching faster. But I shoot a 28-inch at 55-60 normally for my small recurve bows, but for my 74-pounder, I have to have a 75-80, which is generally a 23/64 in diameter shaft, which is really heavy duty. But these right here are 11 seconds. This one is a Amazon special, by the way. That's why it looks a little different. I don't normally use these colors, but that's the way they came, and they got the really simple bullet point.
As long as it works.
It does. Now, one thing good about using both these style of field points is that if you have the slip over rubber blunts, you don't even have to take these off. You just slip them over these, and you can use these for hunting small game. Now, don't discount just because these are field points that you cannot hunt small game. You can. I have taken rabbits out with these, but I also pull a heavier bow than the average person. So that's, velocity and what was it? It's the same thing. Your impact zone. What do you talk about for your products, Jason?
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I was watching the wife.
I can understand why. It's your wife. No, what do you call it when you the kinetic energy of your shot when it hits? Is that it? When you're
joules and foot-pounds of energy.
Yeah, so
it's the same
that's
thing.
all that matters. But if you're using something like this, either one of these will still take down small game like rabbits and squirrel. Now, would I not? I would not do it on squirrel generally, but because it still would probably stick in a tree if you're not careful. Unless you get them on the ground, then there you go.
I forgot, Rob. Joules of energy.
Transfer force, stopping force, correct. Now, you can use different styles of. I've got to get my other arrows, which are right there, that have a little bit of different styles. I might even discuss some bow fishing stuff that I do have. I don't have my bow fishing set up for that right now because it takes up a lot of space on my rack, and it's sitting on the floor behind my chair right now because I have to have the bow put together, and the only bow that'll fit right now is my takedown longbow from the Survival Archery Systems. So that one, the only reason it can handle is because the riser is really, really long. Because it is a 22-inch riser, and that fits better than my takedown other bows. So take this down. Why not take these two? Can't take that one because it's attached. I don't know if Cliff's going to be showing up anytime soon, but he might.
He's probably got another 20, 25 minutes before Cliff shows up.
I will be putting the components together, which means I'm buying the shafts.
Oh, no, he's not. He's here now.
Oh, he's been lurking. Nothing wrong with that. I will tell you this. This will happen more often than not when you're shooting. Your tips will snap off like that. This is a clean break considering, as you can see, it's pretty flat. But that's where the tip just snapped off. And this is also a Amazon special. Because I don't usually wrap my feathers like this, and it's also a 3 fletch, which I'm not a big fan of, but basic shabs, as you can see. Now this one here would make a decent crossbow bolt, possibly, but that will be down the line. Yes, here I got some stuff here that would be really. Now I will probably be going into some safety stuff, but not I'm not going to dwell on it too much, because basically just talking about the gear and availability, where you can find it, and any basics that you want to ask. I'm willing to answer any and all your questions as much as I can answer them. Jason knows some of the basics for his bow, which is different from my bows. Now, as you can see, I've got several different types here, including some broadheads of various styles, designs, and so forth. You'll see more as I go here. And I don't even have, this is just a quarter of the arrows that I have here in the house. Now, Ian has a few, more than a few himself. Like one of the ones for my blunts is the judo point.
Judo chop.
Huh?
It's a judo chop.
Judo point? Yeah.
Judo chop. Yeah.
We call it, you can call it the Karate Kid if you want to. Now, I've showed this one off. This is where I was just mentioning earlier.
I'm thinking of Peter Sellers.
Huh?
I'm thinking of with Peter Sellers and what's his name from shoot, what show was that? Get Smart.
Oh, Get Smart? Okay. That would be Maxwell Smart.
Yeah.
Now, right here, as you can see, it's pretty simple. Just a simple rubber blunt. You could either put it over one of these, like such, and it will fit over there, and you could take down small game that way. Or if you don't really want to do that, you can just go with simply without the tip at all. But the weight helps more with the kinetic energy than anything else. Now, another one that I personally like better than that, and exception of the judo one, which I only have one of those, is my hex blunt. As you can see, is hexagonal in shape, hence the name, and it's concave in the center. That impacts really, really a lot of kinetic energy into a single small point to stun and hopefully kill, or I guess I'm going to have to use, or what's another better word for it?
Dispatch.
Dispatching your target in question.
No, dispatching your food.
Well, to me, it's food, because I don't hunt for anything but food. I don't do trophies or anything like that. No, I have dispatched a raccoon once because he was invading my house, and he was less than 15 feet from my son as a baby.
Well, that's different. That's called pest control.
That is definitely pest control. It was done with a 55-pound draw bow and a Zwicky broadhead. And trying to do that inside a house is not easy.
Hey, Cliff, is it snowing?
Vertical rock escarpment? What does that mean, Cliff? Okay, I can see it. Now, I'm not sure what kind of broadheads you prefer to use, Jason, on your compound, but I've got both modern and medieval style in my selection here.
I prefer the double blade.
The single double like this.
Yeah, the flat. Yeah,
these are Zwickys. Now they do offer an option. If you look, there's a little line right there that you can add a cross blade if you wanted to, or some people call it a bleeder blade. I am not a big fan of those because there's too much work. Now the more modern ones is like you see these, or
those ones would look good for like the deer, but the flat ones are going to be best for the hogs.
Yeah, but look at the tip. There's like a really solid heavy duty.
Yeah. The problem is that
you can also use it for turkey.
Yeah, because you got to get past the armor on the hogs.
Yeah, I had these fletched up and four-fletched, and I'm going to the same style but in a different color for mine. The reason I like these is that I can just reach back, grab them, shoot them, and it doesn't interfere. The fletching doesn't interfere with my shot. Now with a 3-fletch, you have to shoot it one way every single time. There's no different. You can't change that because the cock feather could interfere with your shot if it's not set properly. So that's another reason why I like this one, because I can just reach back, put it on the string, and shoot, which is one of the reasons I really love what I do. Now, you may see that I actually have some some carbon arrows. The only reason I have them is because I won them. And
They're better than nothing.
Well, I still prefer my wood arrows.
Yeah.
But I do have a couple of these. These are, this one needs a new tip, mind you. This is for bow fishing. And it does have the little slider bit on there, as you can see. But it's very similar to what I do with my 4-fletch, but this one doesn't have any fletching at the moment. So you don't really need it for the distance you're going, but as long as you have the penetration to dispatch what you're trying to go for.
Yeah, to answer Rob's question is yes and no at the same time. I've heard both good and bad. I've also heard that a lot of times the blades break off.
I'm not a big fan of things I have to touch with my hands.
Well, no, the mechanical blades.
No, let me finish. I wasn't there yet. Any of the blades that you would have to touch with your hands before you shoot in order to set it. Like I said, I'm a firm believer in having just reach back and being able to shoot. Now, when I shoot, so say different game, I have my arrows in a different spot. Now, if I use an index knock over a regular, this is a non-index knock. It's got no ridges on it or anything like that. So I just grab it and go. Or I'm going to find another one. Now here's one. I think I might want to go big on this one, Jason. I'm not sure.
You can go ahead.
Okay. On the knocks wise, this is an index knock. As you can see, it's got the little ridge right there, which lines with your cock feather. This one right here, it's great for when you reach back, you know which one you have. You could separate your blunt style blunts with that one, because that way you know that one particular one has that tip. This one here is a different one. This one's the judo point, and this one has a solid no deal on that one. Normally, with a 3-fletched, I would normally go with index knock. That way, I know which way to shoot it. But I have to, take my time with that shot.
Yeah, I don't know if he's referring to the ones that have the O-ring on them or the rubber band.
Oh, there's some that do.
And they got the kinetic energy. As soon as they hit, they open up and fold.
I think I have one with. It's in my kit over here. I don't like using them because I'm a solid 2-bladed guy normally.
Yeah.
Do I have triple blades? Yes, I do. But I had to put these together myself, and these are only held together by them being twisted onto the barrel. So,
and you normally need a wrench to put those on.
Well, I do have a wrench. It's in my kit. But these are, like I said, the only reason I don't like using these because these are only. Which one are these? I'm trying to read the numbers. One thing I don't like about. Oh, these are 400s. As you already know, we discussed this the other day.
Yeah.
I need more of a 300 range.
Yeah.
Over a 400. Give me a moment here, folks. I got to blow my nose. My nose is like. Please forgive me. No, due to the draw weight of my bows, which is higher than the average, these right here will be great for lighter bows, such as the between 45 and 50, or 55, I guess would be okay. But
the lower.
Yeah, there's most sites will give you a chart that you can guide your bows. Now, the difference is with like Jason's compound, because of the kinetic energy at the start of the shot is higher. Even though the draw weight could be exactly the same as mine, mine's like the same all the way out.
Yeah, a compound will snap.
Right. Mine will snap too.
But no, yours is more of a quick build up and let off. Mine is almost instant.
Oh, mine's a heavy.
Yeah. No, it's heavy, but it's not going to get past that that relief point where you let it go, and then all of a sudden it just snaps.
Right. But this is more of a medieval style.
Hello, Cecilia.
Hey, Cecilia. Glad you can make it. Hope things are going well for you. Like I was saying, this is a medieval style short broadhead compared to my Zwickey or the other one I got, my triple bladed one. I only got this one because of the heavy duty field point tip that's, gives a little bit more. They called it a bone breaker on the package that I bought it from. And I have not gotten anything with it because I haven't had a chance to go out and use it. But I have shot the shabs, and the shabs are way too light for my bows. Unfortunately, that's one of the reasons why I don't like carbons. They're too light. They said, oh, but you could add inserts and all this other stuff to weight up your arrow. You know how much work that is? That's why I like when you get a solid shaft, such as a cedar or ash or whatever it is that you're using. It's solid. You know the weight of it. It's same all the way down. You don't have to worry about it. If it bends, you can just bend it back. With the exception of aluminum, once they're bent, they're gone. They're toast. But there's bonuses to each. I go for small game, I generally go from 15 to 20 yards. Now, my safe shooting distance, mine, not someone else's, is between 35 and 40. That's not my max distance. My max distance is 60, but would I shoot that distance normally? No, because I want to make sure my shot placement is where I want it to be. So it's more of what the target needs than what I want. Would I love to get on top of it and you go, quank? Yeah, but the thing is, it doesn't mean it's going to be a clean, ethical shot. Now, when Jason goes hunting eventually for food for his house, he want to make sure it's clean and ethical shot.
Oh yeah,
and he's got 3 other mouths to feed besides himself. So he would not just get something for him and Molly. He'd make sure he had enough for the entire family.
Oh, and the pets too.
Well, yeah, there's always leftovers for the pets, But now that you have your feline additive to your little family, whether you wanted one or not. But my preferred is I go between 20 and 25 because rabbits don't stand still. You can get them to slow down and stop, but it's not easy. But that's on a different topic where it's more on the hunting side. I'm going to talk about basic stuff right now. I will probably do a whole thing on eventually down the road for the safety setup of each kind, because I have solid longbows, solid recurves. I have fiberglass longbows, fiberglass recurves, and things like that. Take down longbows, take down recurves, different styles. And as Ian showed off last Tuesday, I think, his bowfishing crossbow is a recurve style, just like Jason's is.
Yeah.
I don't need to be up here anymore. I can come back here. Now, the basic distance do I prefer to shoot is the most one that's give me the most ethical shot. Now, each one is different. It also depends on how you like to shoot or hunt. If you like to do it, there's nothing wrong with that if that's what you like to do. If you'd like to do it in a ground blind, nothing wrong with that if that's what you want to do, as long as it's a clean, ethical shot. Now, for bow fishing, anybody who's done bow fishing knows it's basically within any wing you can see and you can hit. But you can only hunt a certain game, not all game, when it comes to fish, because game fish are considered off limits. That which would include walleyes, bass, trout, catfish.
Speaking of trout, that's 9 days away.
Trout fishing is officially all year round here.
No, I gotta wait till the 19th for stocking.
They stock all year round here, but there's only certain fish that you can bow hunt or bow fish for, and it's non-game fish, which is like gar,
Carp.
think muskie, but I'm not sure.
Carp,
Perch.
snakehead.
They don't have snakehead here. Doesn't mean they can't be here. Just like we could probably do bull shark if we had. I mean, doesn't mean they can't be here, because bull sharks could be anywhere. They've been spotted everywhere, but cannot bow fish turtle. I do know that. I asked a DNR guy about that once. He said no, unfortunately. But you can trap turtles, which is weird.
Another commercial. News.
That was quick, and I did it all evenly spaced and everything.
All right, I'm
That
back.
is really weird. I think that bow fishing should be allowed a lot of places, depending on the type of fish. If you're going for invasive species, I mean, I think there's some places down in like Florida somewhere they have an invasive species such as, what is it, lionfish, I think.
Yeah, that's gonna be more of a spear because that's gonna be out in the ocean.
No, but I mean, if you can see them in like tidal pools and stuff like that, is what I'm thinking.
No, they're on the
They
beach.
got tidal pools too, because they're invasive. But I've seen people catch them in tidal pools, but they're not likely to be. I don't know the rules on lionfish because they're considered an invasive species, just like your snakeheads and a few others. But if Doug is here, he can probably give me a little bit more limelight on the Florida situation, because I don't know much about Florida fishing, because they have some really unique fish down there that I have not dealt with. Snakehead is one of them. Now, I will say this: when I go bow fishing, I go for the same reason I go for any small game. It's for food only. Now, there are exceptions to that rule if somebody needed fish for fertilizer for their garden. As Jason could probably attest to, some people still do that.
Oh yeah, the fish emulsion. Yeah,
So
I used it all the time.
it is perfectly legal and nothing wrong with that, long as you use them. I'm also a firm believer, if someone needs food, you just give it to them. And if they're going to eat it, that's nothing wrong with that. But long as it's not a game fish. Game fish are off limits, which includes a lot of really good species, which I'd love to go for, but I can't. Like any of the catfish family is out. Stripers, out. As white bass is what other people might know it as. Crappie, though I don't know about rock bass, because they're not considered a game fish.
They are here.
I don't know. That's the reason I don't know. Because it's not technically a game fish. It's not because it's not technically a bass. It's just called that. You are very, very true. You're you're dead on that one there, Rob. Now, I shoot most forms of bows. Mainly the main two are, I do a self bow, I do recurves, and I do longbows. Most people usually dedicate it themselves to recurve or longbow. I do both because I like having a bow for depending on the situation I'm in. Because if you're going from the ground, a longbow would be okay. If you're going from a tree, more of a recurve style or compound in Jason's case would be okay.
Or a horse bow.
If you're going from horseback, you can do that too. I have no. I have some experience with horse bows, but I've never shot one off a horse because I can't ride to save my life.
No, that'd be great for the tree stand too.
I don't know. And like I said, I've shot them, but I mean, I'm not a tree fan because I don't like being up high. You know, because I've had deer come up to me within between 5 and 10 yards from me. Because I am one of those people who stand my ground. It's just stand it up an open thing, but in full camo, I just don't move. If he's looking at you, you don't move. He'll try to do everything he can to make sure.
I'm wondering if we can use a bucket truck.
Huh?
I'm wondering if we can use a bucket truck for deer hunting.
I don't see why not. I've seen people use some weird stuff for that. Platform shooting is perfectly legal because technically it's a stand. No, it's not. But my bows that I have, but the best one I have is probably be that one right there, which if I put it on the back strap of my put a strap on it, I could just wear it on my back and shimmy up a tree, put it together. There's faster methods of takedown longbows. That's a 3-piece, not the fastest method. Now, is that one more rated for all weather? You better believe it. That can handle the weather more than any other bow, including compounds. Because all the thing of that one is anodized aluminum and fiberglass. That's it. The only thing I would probably have to worry about is the bowstring. As long as I use an artificial bowstring instead of a linen string or hemp string or anything like that, it'll deal with the weather. I can bury that thing, come back in 50 years, and I can still shoot it. Same thing with most of the heavy-duty fiberglass bows that we have here in the house. Ian's 55-pounder can be that way. I have another 55-pounder that I picked up that'll do the same. But if you look at a lot of the antique stores, you'll probably find a few old-school wooden bows that have cracks, warps, and things like that because they were not treated very well. So please, if you do have a bow of any kind, make sure you treat it well. Right now, if you recall that deer seeker bow that I was talking about last Tuesday,
Yeah.
I did set it. I finished it up and I added a knocking point for it. I shoot off the shelf. It does not have a shelf rest yet. I would normally just put a piece of Velcro right here, or I could add a arrow rest if I choose to. But this one here, I have it strung for a reason to make sure that check out the string stretch and things like that. That is about 6.5 inches, which is not bad. I may have to adjust it a little bit, but yeah, this for $105 bow, that's not bad. Ian likes the colors. What do you think, Jason?
Yeah.
This one's more red than my my Samick, even though this is basically a carbon copy of my Samick. The only problem I had with attaching to a bow fishing reel to this one is, give me a second here. I'm trying to remember what I did with. Where did I put that? Well, I'll worry about that one later because I don't have it. I have a reel seat that I could add to right here for allowing a regular fishing reel set up, but I don't have my thing set up right here with me right now. But the riser is too short for my AMS bow fishing reel because it catches on these little rails right here on either side of the bow, which makes it cockeyed, not easy to shoot. Though this one's more of a pistol grip style, because I am left-handed. I love the little shelf here for your thumb. Now, does yours have what kind of grip does your bow have, Jason?
The standard bow grip.
There's no such thing as a standard bow grip.
I'm not familiar with the grips on the bows.
Okay, this is a pistol grip style. As you can see, it looks like a pistol grip.
Okay, yeah, I would say yeah.
Okay, now other bows have a standard D formation grip. Give me a second here. Oh man, I'm going for a child's fiberglass bow right here. And I have over there the forward. I actually got two bows over here in the corner. Now, this is the first one I'm going to show you is a more modern version. Great for little girls or little boys who like them. I got this one at a Goodwill for $10. You can see it's more of a pistol grip style, just like I showed you. But this one here has something different. This one has the no glove release. So basically, you just put your arrow in there, pull back. You insert your arrow right there in between these two. So you don't need a glove to shoot this one. But this one's also, what was that?
CR just popped in.
Hey, CR. Now, this one here is set up to be shot left or right-handed. So this is a dual-handed bow.
Ambidextrous.
About 10 to 15 pounds. Because I didn't see an actual number on this one. But it does have a setup for a little sight right here off the side right here. It's kind of hard to see, but it's right where my finger's at right here.
Hey, Jex, how you doing?
Hey, Tyler, how you doing? Now, this one here is a little bit more old school that you remember from grade school and school.
Oh yeah, fiberglass.
This one is a bear. And it's the little bear right there. This one's a red bear, 50-inch bow, probably about 25-pound draw. Has that standardized. Oh, let me turn it upside down. We can read it. Bear molded plastic handle. So it could be a riser, depending what you call it. But that's more. It's semi pistol grip, as you can see. Now I have some that are actually custom made for me. My 100-pounder and my 65-pound U recurve are both custom fitted to my hand, which are a little bit different than average grip because those are custom. And I didn't pay anything for either one of those because a friend of mine asked me to, before he made them, he helped me bring in the materials. So I went in the woods, helped him acquire the materials for the bows, and he made me some extra ones. So, but this one right here, you can take down, it's only about 20, 25 pounds. You could take down small game, rabbits, squirrel, anything like that with these, or with any of the blunts that I've showed off previously. Now, would I normally go with this slide bow? Probably not. But that's what I'm used to. I'm used to a little heavier on the draw because I like being able to hit my target with authority. Or as some people might call them, thump them. Right, Jason?
Yeah, thump them hard.
You want to make sure you thump them really decent. There's no point in making them suffer. Now, when's the last time you've seen a really old school bow, Jason?
Oh, years and years and years.
Give me a moment. Let me put these two bows back in the corner, and I will make the soldier to get my heaviest bow, and not my second, is actually my third heaviest bow. Now, Ian does have a couple bows that I don't have because he had them custom made for him, but he's busy on his channel doing his thing. I'll be right there. Clear. That was one of the globes from one of the things in the hallway. Okay. Please forgive me, folks. I have 5 different bows in my hand right now. They take up a lot of space. And yes, Cliff, I know you're here. Okay, I can't let you in. What the hell?
Yeah, that's too cold, Ajax.
I was just in there.
Wait a second.
There we go.
Okay, there you are. I'm not sure what happened, but yeah.
You pushed the button too many times.
I
Because I popped in and then I popped out.
well, my screen wasn't doing anything. I had to take some arrows off my keyboard. Now, my oldest bow that I own is probably this one. This one is based off a standardized medieval style longbow with artificial horn nocks, but it's solid fiberglass. And it has a semi-pistol grip handle. And this thing is 55-pound draw. This one is a give me a second here, trying to remember the oh man, it's not a Ben Pearson. The use of and everything, wear and tear that is wore off. But this one's a 55-pound draw. I picked this up off of eBay for $15. So, and I hunted with this one for years. But it wasn't my first bow. My first bow that I've got that was traditional is a Damon Howard Hunter recurve. And you wouldn't believe what my first bow was. Anybody want to take a guess?
The brown one.
No. It was green. And it was a lot like Jason's.
What?
It was a compound.
Oh.
But it had the riser was cast iron. This is before they had the aluminums and the magnesiums and all the other stuff. Back in the mid 80s. So it was really heavy. I mean, I would hyperflex my elbow here to the point where I could not do anything with my arm all day after shooting. I have some green arrows, but not right now. Now, let's see here, which one here? Oh, yeah, here we go. That's a good one. This one here, that I'm going to show you here in this bow sock here, is my heaviest bow. I don't have a string on it right now because it wore off last time I used it. This is my composite, got bamboo backed. I believe this one is red maple with a cork handle, 100-pound draw bow. You guys don't get to see these very often anymore, but this is I call this one my war bow. Now you probably see people online with heavier bows and stuff like that, but this one here is my heaviest bow I use for demonstration purposes only. Now, would I hunt with it? Only if I had no other choice. Now, this one here is a Ian find and a curb find at the same time. We have a lot of things called citywide trash days, and we were at this place not too far from here, and Ian found it on the curb. Someone had tossed it away. This is a Fred Bear 20-pound recurve. There's the medallion. Left-handed bow from the 50s. How do I know it's from the 50s? Because that's the patent date. Right there, Canada, 1953. So, seeing a left-handed bow from the 50s is not common. But this is a 20-pounder. This is a little kid's bow. And this is a 48-inch bow. It's a 24-inch draw. Now, for something like Ian, if he was that size, he'd probably pull up more of a 28. So it would probably go up to a 25 to 28 pound draw. But it is a full reflex deflex style bow. Fred Bear himself probably made this one. I don't have definitive proof because I'd have to check the numbers on that one to see if that was true. But that's my assumption because of the numbers and everything else. I can have more. I can have a whole bunch.
Yeah.
The links. I didn't put the link up in here, did I? Please forgive me. There you guys go. Come on up.
This is unusual for Tyler.
He's been up in my life before.
I know.
The next one I'm going to show you is my custom-made recurve that my friend made for me. He's the same one that made my longbow, other longbow. This is my U recurve. My string is in there too. Come out of there.
That's messed up.
Give me a second here. Okay, my string got stuck in my bow sock. Well, I don't really need it, so I'm not going to worry about it. This one here, leather wrapped riser handle. It is a 65-pound U recurve. Now, U is generally not made into recurves, and my friend who makes these generally doesn't make recurve, but he made one for me. And this one here, I would hunt with. It has, give me a second here. I don't have a lot of moving around room. It's got little artificial horn tips there, as you can see. I got them on both sides. But I shoot it this way with my palm, this way with my fingers over the flat. It's really comfortable, and it's deer sinewed back. That is raw sinew there, folks. This is the most traditional bow I have other than my war bow, but it's bamboo backed. This one is deer sinew backed. And it's raw. You can see the little pieces sticking up here and there on that one. But it is a beautiful, look at the wood on that one. Is that not beautiful or what?
Reminds me of a teak wood.
It does. He did a beautiful job on this bow. Just look at those tips.
Seems a little grainy.
Well, now that was, I mean, I don't hunt with that one on very often, but if I had to, that would be definitely a good one to use because it's so smooth when I shoot it. It makes me feel like I'm not going as fast as the arrow is out of the bow. It actually, the release is smooth and everything else in between. Now, the next one I'm going to show you is my heaviest hunting bow. And surprisingly enough, not the most expensive bow I own. And this one here is very similar to someone else I was talking to on either Instagram or TikTok, I can't remember which, is my Black Widow longbow. This is a reflex deflex style longbow. 74-pound draw. 28 inches. Second here, let me put this a little bigger, and you can see right there the 68-inch bow, 74 pounds at 28. It actually has a name. When the person made it, they actually named it Autumn Gray, which makes it really interesting since I was born on the first day of autumn. So, yay. Now, this one here is definitely a ground shooting bow, tree stand or anything like that, because I have a lot of longer bows over short bows. Now, I would consider what Jason has a short bow because compounds are more compact. Ajax, if you want to come on up, you're more than welcome.
Yeah, my compound bow is not so tiny.
Now, what's the overall length of your bow? Do you have any idea?
I
From
think
top
so
to bottom.
about 38,
38 is actually kind of small.
39.
Now, the smallest one I have, I think, is, I got my 2 takedown recurves, which are the Samick Sage style, are 62 inch. My long bows, like this one here, as I said, it's 68 inch. This is my height, exactly. My actual shortest longbow I have, surprisingly enough, is also the heaviest bow I have. And that's the bamboo longbow. This one here, oh man, I'm not sure if I got my tape measure, but give me a second here. Did I put it in here? Nope. I moved my tape measure like right before I started. I can't remember what I did with it. Oh, there it is. I did have it. About 5 feet long. So that's pretty short for a longbow. But for the draw weight it is, got a lot of power. Which is the whole point. Now, this one here, well, I can shoot it well. I can't shoot it all day because I get tired. Because 74 on the regular for hunting is pretty heavy. I do like shooting it though, because it does shoot very smoothly. Now, before I got a lot of these bows, and after I got rid of my Damon Howitt, which is like hanging, it's a wall hanger at the moment because the limbs developed a twist, is this one here. And I've hunted for years with this bow. So survival wise, if you want to use this for bushcraft, whatever, this is the one you can go. You can actually strap on a bow fishing setup for this one, or you can even put on a bow quiver on this. This thing is very durable. I have used this one as a crutch. And yeah, this thing is probably use it as a spear if you really, really had to. I wouldn't want to, but you can. Exactly, CR. Now, a lot of people nowadays have compound bows like Jason has, and they have bow cases they keep their bows in. Now, I'm not sure what kind of case that Cliff has his in because he has a Samick Sage as well, because I've never asked. But I generally keep mine in bow socks. I did have a compound a while back, but I gave that one to Jarrett, and that's the only reason I had one of those is because Ian got it for me. Just a drawer you stick it in, nothing wrong with that. Now, I do have a takedown longbow right here. It's the only reason it's in a case is because that's the one I use when I travel. If I'm on a long distance area, I'll just throw that in my boat, my truck, my Jenny's car, whatever I'm in, with some arrows, just to be on the safe side that I have it. Because that, like I said, that bow is more durable than every other bow, with exception of possibly my solid fiberglass longbow. Now, each and every one of these things you can use for hunting, you can use for bushcraft, you can use it for bow fishing, or just plain shooting for fun. Now, I know that Rob is so severely limited on what he can do there in England. It's really surprising. Like what he said earlier is that for the people who pretty much promoted the use of longbows in warfare and everyday life, they have the most restrictions on them. Maybe that's because they remember what they used to be able to do with them, possibly. Who's eating?
I am.
Oh, okay, because I can hear the clinking of the.
You were eating.
Yeah,
That
no, I'm not clinking. Anything?
You shouldn't hear me eating because I'm not. I got a paper plate.
No, I hear like silverware and plate, metal, like ceramic
Yeah,
plates.
that's Cliff.
Probably Cliff, but he's muted right now. That clank was him. I thought so. Now, it has been posed to me in the past. Can you use a bow for a bow drill setup? My answer is I have no idea, because I wouldn't want to damage a bow like that, to be honest. But I would not rule it out because of some way that some of these things. Well, if you think about it, give me a second here.
Probably ruined the string.
Well, that's the thing. I
Because
don't
it's
know.
tight.
They have more than just the bowstring. You can also probably use the bowstringer for that popular point. Here comes Ajax. How you doing, brother?
What's going on?
He's in the basement this morning or tonight.
He's up. He's up on the panel. He just popped up.
No, he's literally in the basement.
No, he's not. He's out of the basement. He's right side next. Okay, he's under you.
No, he's not in the garage.
Yeah, probably. I know you have several bows. I believe. I'm just mostly compound. I'm believing.
Crossbows and compound.
But yep, as general bows, I was talking about, not crossbows. But yeah, so that's the crossbow side. You and Jason are the crossbow side, the compound side.
Yes.
But you get into the fact that I use a lot of wooden arrows over carbons and fiberglass and stuff like that. Even aluminum. These were more likely you could probably start a fire with than you could with a carbon arrow. Though I the heat buildup possibly, but I don't know, because I'm sorry, they call these straws for a reason.
Yeah.
This is a carbon, but it's too light for my bows because I shoot heavy bows, as you already probably heard. But I wouldn't want to do any. I've actually bent one of these because it's a 400 grained arrow, and it's way too light for my regular 55-pound bow or my 74-pound bow.
Yeah.
So I'm a firm believer in going heavier on the arrow over light. But what do you prefer to use?
I'm kind of the same way with, depending on what my draw weight is and, stuff like that. You go to like a archery shop, they're going to, get you set up obviously with the right draw weight and this and that. But then long run, they're in there to make money. So they're going to tell you, oh, you need this such arrows, this such poundage, stuff like that. And a lot of times I just go cheap route. And,
right here are the Amazon specials.
Yeah.
Now, the one thing you want to make sure when you do get arrows off of Amazon,
Yeah.
you watch the metal tips that you get in from China. This one's a little better because it's a bullet point.
Yeah.
But they do have some really funky looking, silver looking field points that basically you hit the target and they just bounce because they are pretty much flat tipped.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to use them for taking down small game as a blunt, probably okay, but not for. I mean, compared to say, give me this kind of field point, where you see where it's the barrel, it's tapered as right here. The one they get from China are a lot more flat. They go in a lot more and just got a little dimple at the end where the tips. But the price, not bad. I mean, I actually, when I bought these right here, I had somebody spine test these. Out of the dozen I bought, one of them was bad.
Yep.
But for the price I paid for them, I got 11 decent arrows, shaft wise. But the tip, I had to redo the things for new tips and stuff like that. This is the one I use for my rubber blunts.
Yep.
Just on there like that. That way I can hunt small game without having to use a clue or anything like that. And it just comes off if I need to. I'm not sure if you ever use these kind. You can use them in a compound.
Yeah.
This one here's got a little nick out of it. I've got 2 of these. But, I've got so many different styles that I use, depending on the bow. Because
Yep.
I actually have more versatility than he does with his compound.
Yeah.
Because I can choose which bow I need for which kind of shooting I'm doing.
Yeah.
You would basically have to retune your entire bow for a different, setups.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Me, I just grab a different bow. No, but I also know which bow does what too, so that makes a big difference.
Mhm.
Well,
Definitely.
go ahead,
Oh, I said definitely.
Cliff. Not all bows are light. My first official bow that I have ever purchased for myself, other than a fiberglass bow, was a compound. But the riser of that compound was cast iron. I mean, that thing was freaking heavy. When you're trying to shoot a bow and you're not trying to lock your elbow, but it happens because of the weight. It'll hyperextend your elbow in no time flat, which basically can put your arm out of commission.
Yep.
So I went from there to a Damon Howard Hunter recurve, and the weight difference is night and day. And it went from like maybe 4 pounds, maybe 5 pounds for that bow to 1.5 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, both of them were the same draw weight. And I never looked back once I got that first traditional bow. Now, did I shoot fiberglass bows when I was a kid? Definitely. But once I got that first recurve, I haven't changed since.
Yep.
Even though my boy has tried to change my mind about that fact, but not yet. I'm not in that kind of desperate shape. Do you bowfish by any chance, Ajax?
Oh yeah. In the springtime, myself and my buddies will go when the long-nosed gar are running in the river down the road from me, and then the suckers, you can bowfish them up here.
We can do that here too. When we did our gathering a couple years ago, one of the things that we're running at the time was gar. The only thing is, I did not have a bowfishing setup at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Now I do. Because being left-handed, that changes your gear setups. It's different.
Yeah.
People said, "Oh, you can get the one you just wind with your hand like that." When you're trying to hold onto your bow, keep an eye on the fish and everything else, and try to do this, that's too much. It's too confusing. My new one is an AMS left-handed bowfishing reel, the bottle reel style. I just hold the little thing down and crank it, and that's all I need to do. But I am considering of getting a wrist strap for it to hold on the bow to my wrist, just for if I get something big, I don't want to get my bow pulled out of my hand. Because that can happen if you get a decent sized carp or something like that. I'm not sure if you hunt bowfish for carp or not, but they get pretty big here. They get really big.
Yeah, they're up. I mean, we do too. Like myself, my buddies will go out and we'll just fill up. We'll be out all night. We'll fill up like 20, 55-gallon drums of carp and the gar and
Hey, Lori,
suckers.
how you doing? Sorry, I had to say hi to Lori. What do you do with them?
Garden fertilizer.
I kind of figured. I mentioned that earlier.
Yeah.
Any non-game fish is that was the traditional fertilizer back in the day, and it's a lot easier to do that though you may have to watch out for wildlife digging in your garden for a little bit. But you don't put it in the springtime. You put it, after harvest, I guess, in it. I think. I don't know the rules on that particular point, but I'll look in. Now, that is definitely a long time no see, Lori. You already know about these style bow fishing setups. Some have fletching, some don't.
Yep.
Ian gave me this one. He took the freaking tip off of it. I'm gonna have to buy new tips for it. But this is my second one. I got my other ones over there, but this is my backup one in case I lose that one.
Yeah.
As you know, it could still happen even when you're bow fishing.
Mm-hmm.
If you hit a stump or something, if you miss your shot.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you go ahead.
Oh no, go.
Okay. Well, I mean, I have not done any bow fishing yet because I never had the setup because being left-handed, our gear is more expensive than a right-hander, which is kind of dumb. But I am a advocate for the left-handed shooter because they should keep the prices similar. Because if they were cheaper on the par with the right-hander stuff, more lefties might do it.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people don't get in it because of due to cost. It's also the same with any left-handed gear, left-handed firearms, left-handed baseball mitts, and other things like that.
Yep.
You are aware that the only firearms that are left or right-handed are bolt action?
I've used bolt action right-handed 22s before in my growing up because I had to because that's the only one I could get a hold of. And by the way, being a left-handed shooter with a right-handed bolt action is a lot easier than you think because you got everything seated. You got your stock seated right here. You got your finger on the trigger, and you could cycle that bolt action as fast as a semi-automatic. Just saying, I've done it. But this is, I'm not sure if you've ever used any blunts in your arrows, for your arrows there, Ajax. This one's a hex blunt. Just a simple, this thing here, I acquired these a while back, and these things, they take down rabbits like nobody's business. And you don't have to worry about them. When they hit the turf, they dig in and they stop and they just kind of flip up, sort of like judo points do. And they're a lot cheaper than judo points.
I got these small game mechanical broadheads. I got them off Amazon, and they actually are mechanical. And when they hit a rabbit or a squirrel, they actually mechanic out. And I always carry them with my crossbow. And if I'm out deer hunting, I see a rabbit and there's no deer, like 11 o'clock, noon, I'm getting ready to get down, but a squirrel pops out, 20, 30 yards out. And I just want to, take a test shot. I'll just load up that and shoot. So
I've heard good and bad
on those hex blunts that I've got. If you leave me a message after the live is over down below, I will get you the information about getting those for yourself, and then I'll try to put it in the chat in the description below where to get the hex blunts, because hex blunts, I like those. Mechanical ones, I have one, but I'm not really a big fan of it because you have to physically touch a very sharp blade to get this one here requires a rubber O-ring type setup to get for it to work. And I'm a more of a, well, let's see here. I'm not sure if you were watching when I showed this one earlier. Can't remember where it's at. I have like four different types of broadheads here. Okay. Yeah, I go with Zwicky, two-bladed, and I really like these. Now, I don't hunt anything bigger than a turkey if I had to, because I'm sorry, I've said it before, and I'll probably say it again. When you have to public hunt for deer you're fighting for like 600 other people for the same spot.
Yeah.
But for a rabbit, squirrel, even turkey, I don't know about quail, but you can pretty much go anywhere.
Mhm.
And they reproduce a lot faster than deer do.
Mhm.
And I'd rather fill my freezer up with squirrels and rabbits than one big deer, because I could always get more squirrels and rabbits. And a good-sized rabbit or a good-sized squirrel or both can feed 2 people. And it rotate through your stock faster than not, in my opinion.
Yeah, you can always add the small game to your rock soup.
Yep.
Stone soup?
Rock soup.
Stone soup.
Or stone soup, yeah.
That's what they called it in my family.
Yeah.
But my family, I found out literally about a year or so ago that my family's actually English instead of, on my dad's side, instead of German, like I thought I was originally. But nope. The Ancestry.com says otherwise. Following the marriage licenses all the way back to England.
Yep.
But
No.
my grandma's side is all Irish. So there's that.
My ancestry says I'm a mutt.
Oh, mine, I can follow every one of mine down all the way back. So my Irish side is a lot less than my English side. Because mine came back in during the Great Potato Famine days. But that's neither here nor there. Now, if anybody has any questions about some of these equipment that I've got, please let me know. I will help you. I am in the process of learning to make arrows for myself. I prefer 4-fletched over 3. I'm sure you probably use vanes over feathers.
Ooh,
Hey.
You need to
You
get
know
that.
I want one of those. Don't even, you're teasing me, dude. That's not fair. That's the one you were sent, right?
Yep.
Have you used it yet?
Yeah, was that the 3D printed one or not?
Yeah, I got 2 of them.
How much?
I got them sent for free.
No. I'm asking you for your other one.
65.
65.
Also, why did that look like a giant tick remover?
It's similar.
See, well, the problem is it's got my channel name on it.
I don't care. I would proudly show that off strapped to a tree or a post or something like that when I'm using it.
You could always hang it like that, I guess. No one would know.
Hey, I mean, anything that you said you could use rabbit and squirrel on that thing, I don't care.
Oh yeah, I mean, I've already tested the other one out.
You told me that already.
Mm-hmm.
You and I have discussed this already. But I would like to get one, though.
Mm-hmm. No, I mean, I could hook you up if you want me to.
Lori
Giant
says it's
tapeworm? What?
yeah, it's to get rid of the giant tapeworm.
I could hook you up with one if you really want one.
Do I really want one?
No.
Hey guys, he wants mine.
I said you got a second one, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Someone enlighten me as to what that's
Did
actually
you get them from Angel?
What?
Huh?
Did you get them from Angel or from somebody else?
Yeah, from Red Corn Outdoors.
Yeah, Angel. Okay.
No.
No, I mean, if Ian, my boy's going to be using a 22 for more of his shoots and stuff like that, especially for squirrels, we're going to need it more often than not.
Mm-hmm.
And I try to do that standing on one leg, try to process a squirrel, because my knee's just shot. Until it's fixed next month, I can't do a lot. But it took me a good half hour to process one freaking squirrel, when it used to take me 10 minutes.
If anybody doesn't know, that is actually for processing squirrels. This is what Ajax has in his hand.
Yeah, it's also going to be used for rabbits too.
Okay. Yeah.
But
So I'm guessing the legs go in the 2 smaller ones and the nether regions go in the big one.
So,
Let me make you big here. Give me a second. Let me make you big.
All right.
Show it off.
oh
There you
my God, look at my ugly face.
Hey, you're no uglier than the rest.
You haven't seen mine.
So, yeah, the head goes in there, and the two front legs go, or the hind legs go in there first, and then you cut behind the tail, and then you pull down, and basically, oh my God, I can't even do that. The hind
In
legs,
the hole.
yeah, sitting there. Oh my God, I look like a rookie on here. But,
Reverse your picture. That way you'll see yourself a little better. But I mean, it's because you're doing everything reversed.
Yeah, so anyways, but yeah, that's how it works out. And then you flip them over, and then
The
you
head
put
goes
his
in.
head in there, and then
Peel it the rest of the way.
yeah,
You
Yeah,
peel
Hey,
like a
Nick,
banana,
some
folks.
gloves.
As long as you get the around the feet, all 4 feet,
yeah.
the neck and the tail, it should peel like a banana. Then the fun part comes, depending on how well and how sharp your blade is for gutting it and everything else. Just
Yeah.
be
Yes,
careful of the
Don't forget to
bladder.
wash the squirrel in between steps.
Say what?
Don't forget to wash the squirrel in between steps.
Well, if you can, if you're still got fur on it, there's no way you can really do that.
Yeah, you torch it off.
I don't carry a torch with me when I'm doing that. You're the one with a torch, with a flamethrower. Now I know you guys are also air gunners on that side of the channel
Yeah.
too. So, that was not intentional, guys. It just sort of worked out that way. But no.
By the way,
Ian-
Tyler, I sent you some photos.
I saw him.
Now, Ian does have an air rifle that he uses. He has got an old dual caliber Beeman.
hmm
So he can do everything with that he can do with my regular 22, Marlin 22. But he likes my 22 because it's got a little bit more kick to it. And he doesn't have to worry about pumping it. That's the big issue. He likes the rate of fire. Though I know you guys with those pneumatic setups are a little bit more able to do more than one shot at a time. I can't afford that. And now that he's 18, I don't have to afford that. That's on
Hey, there's nothing wrong with the brake barrel.
hmm
rate of fire. That's the problem.
Yeah,
Actually, if you get the Gamma Swarm, you can do a shot every 2 to 3 seconds.
No, that's also a price reason.
No, not really.
For
That's really budget
someone
friendly.
like me, yes, it is. Gamos are a lot more expensive than the
What,
Beeman.
$229 for a Gamma Swarm?
Yeah, I paid $100 and something for his, not 200. If I pay $200, I'm buying a bow, not a.
You can get the Sworn Whisper that I have that I reviewed for many years on my channel for like 150, 160 to $170.
That's still a lot for an air rifle, for my opinion. But I'm more of a bow guy. I've always been that. Though I am a big proponent of my Marlin 795. Though I really do like that. But that's more of a bushcraft rifle. People have been telling me, because a lot of the channels I've been reviewing like 22s for that purpose. For squirrels and small game, which is not bad. But bows seem to be a little bit more practical. But I like because my ammo is reusable. Now, I actually have a question for both you, Tyler, and Jason. Jason was recently able to recover his pellets, his shot.
Actually, the slugs.
It's shot, whatever you used, whatever you call it. You were able to recover that.
Yes.
Would you be able to, but if you smelt them down, reuse them, reform them?
To put them into a slug or a pellet, no, you would have to have special equipment.
Now, I didn't say you're not needing a special equipment, but would you be able to, is what I'm saying. If
I had the equipment, yes.
Okay.
I'm not paying for it.
Yeah, it's too expensive to even mess with that.
I actually know somebody who's got it.
Now,
you do too.
If I was going to do like a large bore, a big bore, and I had enough lead, yes, I would probably pay for the equipment.
Yep.
It'd be like about $1,800 to $3,000, but you got to have enough lead to actually do a batch.
Mhm.
Anybody who's gone fishing can find lead.
Yeah. Well, like I said, the person who does a lot of that online, who shows that, is going to be Sedgwick? Not Sedgwick, Cedric over at what's his channel's name? Too Fast for You.
Never heard of it.
Yeah,
But that's out of my area of expertise.
yeah. He
It's
actually
mine
put the scenes and he showed the process and how it's all done. Plug in, it's all electric,
Yeah.
and it's all automated too.
Now, Cliff doesn't hunt. Of all of us, he's the only one who doesn't. But there's nothing wrong with that. That's perfectly fine. But he has the option to if he needed to.
He hunts pigeons.
Yes, he does, but not with a bow. But he has with his air rifle, I think, or his blowgun. I'm not sure which.
Yeah.
I know he has both.
I know. The thing is, he's got one of the old sweeties too.
What
He has
are
a-
you talking about? You have to explain that term.
He has a Sheridan pumper from the 80s.
Now, Ian,
I remember them.
Yes,
has a
those
strong-
are sweet.
Uh-huh.
And for Sheridan here at that time period, they were actually really good.
Mm-hmm.
Check out this point right here, Tyler. This is a
Dang.
Chinese bullet point
Dang.
from
Get some coffee.
Amazon. It's actually not a bad thing. I mean, it's better than the field point version. The bullet points are better. Now, the only problem is this is crimped on, not really glued on. And if I could, I would probably heat this up, try to take it off and re-glue it, but there's really not much to it to glue to.
Yep.
That's why I like the ones I do. But I'm picking up my arrows before I step on a broadhead. That would not be good. But I will get that information to Lori before, because, oh man. Now, I was watching something. If anybody's seen these guys who are bending and arrows or shooting around corners and all that stuff, that's not normal shooting, folks. That is trick shots, and trick shots are not hunting. Can you do it? Possibly, but I would not do that. It's just a waste of perfectly good arrows, if you ask me, because they'll never show up where you want them to. I mean, it's all about draw weight, arrow placement, and fletching placement.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of people, they don't show when they shoot those arrows. Most arrows are back here for stabilization. But some of those trick shots, they have their fletching in the middle. Allow them to turn and twist. They're taking the archer's paradox and amping it up. Now, I can't guarantee you're going to hit the same spot every freaking time, but all these trick shots you see on YouTube here and other places, they don't tell you how many times they took that shot before they did that video. When they did that video, so like the what's that crew that does all those trick shots?
22 Plankster.
No. They do sports.
Dude, perfect.
Dude perfect. They don't get their stuff the first time. They do probably hundreds and hundreds of things at the time before they actually show the one they actually got.
Yeah.
Because there's no way someone can do it the first time every time. Even Fred Bear, who was really, really good at doing, or Byron Ferguson, who I've met, and he was one of the best trick shot artists I've ever met with a longbow. He was able to shoot a drop of water from 20 yards with a longbow.
Or Brutal Bob.
I have no idea who that is.
Oh, okay.
Um,
The bow hunter.
okay, CR, I understand. You still got 31 minutes. Now, I don't do a lot of trick shots, though. You will probably see some of me shooting 3 arrows, 4 arrows, and anybody who's at a couple gatherings I've had in the past, I've shot up to 5 arrows, I think. I don't think I could ever do it again, but I did hit the target. So that's just seeing what I can do, because I've always done 2. 2's easy. 3 is a little harder, but it can be done. 4's difficult. And I don't think I could do any more than that practically, because the amount of force you needed to impart to your arrows to make them hit and shoot effectively diminishes as more you add exponentially. Exactly, CR. Because, well, I love Dude Perfect, but I can guarantee you that they don't get those shots the first time. Like Tyler did this miles, not you, Tyler, but the Tyler from Dude Perfect. He did this almost a mile shot from the top of a hill. It took him a half an hour to do it because he had to deal with crosswinds and all this other stuff too. He hit a balloon 3 feet, round. Nice,
Like
Cecilia. Love you. Have a good evening. Hope you feel better, and all this other stuff.
Yeah, see, I'm wondering actually how many times it takes Rick Ream to shoot an aspirin off a balloon.
Oh, multiple times. I know it.
If you look up Byron Ferguson online, Jason, he would hit aspirin on a regular basis. He would hit dimes out of the air. Yeah, quarters are easy. Dimes are a little bit more difficult, but he can do them. But aspirin was one of those things he was good at.
Oh, I like that better.
You blurred your background, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, folks, he is a model. Take a look. See?
Oh, no.
He's
No.
the very model.
No, what?
He's the very model of a modern major general.
Now,
Or a modern major mineral?
There we
knows?
go. That's better.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
I like your living room. No, I mean, I could change mine out and everything else, but I'm not really a big fan of some of my backgrounds that I have on here.
Ooh,
You got the
ice
brick
is not
wall.
that far away.
You got the brick wall. The
You-
living room, like, hey, look, I'm in the same living room he is. But this is one of my favorite ones.
Now let's see.
Even
We
if
got,
I had a hot girl in the background, nobody
we
would
got
be able to.
we got ice in Nacogdoches. Wow.
Well, check this one out. Yes, love.
Rocket.
Oh my god.
Oh, give me a second, folks. I'll be right back.
Oh wow, it's got a little bit of an ice storm in Mississippi. Right there next to Sabine Lake. It's me, Lake Sabine or Sabine, depending on where you're from.
Oh god.
Lake Manitoba. Oh, wait. The best lake in the history of lakes being named by somebody who named a lake.
Lake Titicaca.
Yes.
God damn, it's scary how you and I think almost the same.
Well, I'm pretty sure everybody was like, it's the greatest name ever named for a lake. And it's
Yeah, I
the
know.
worst name for a lake at the same time.
Still
And that
no
picture I
people.
sent you earlier, that was actually, it was a seed vault. Like a storage
I
thing.
saw that. I saw that. That's kind of unique.
Yeah, it was similar to one of these. Different style of design, but essentially the same kind of style ammo case. I think it was a little wider.
Yeah. Now did it have pockets to keep them all straight?
Yes.
Ah, okay.
Zoom
No
in on the
problem.
picture.
Yeah, I just saw the picture of the price of it. It's a little pricey, but
No, but it's no, for $20, it's not just the canister.
Yeah. Did you get it?
No. I was thinking about it, and then what really sucked is I saw right next to it a survival. It was a herbal medicine seed vault like survival pack. 36 packs of seeds. The damn thing was $37.99.
Dang.
I'm thinking to myself,
Not bad when you
no.
think about it.
Thought that was a little too much.
Yeah. What seeds were in it though?
It's like herbal medicines for like herbal stuff.
Oh, okay.
So it was like anise. There was, oh my god, what else was in there? I didn't take a picture of that one. But yeah, so that seed organizer can store up to 130 seed packs. It comes with 15 organizational dividers with seed saving tips. So basically plastic seed dividers with tips and tricks on there. 20 customizable seed envelopes and seed secure ammo can. So you actually get 20 envelopes for seeds.
That's not bad.
15 organizer dividers, so you can divide them into like categories of,
Your brassicas, your corns, your
long roots, short roots, stuff
Flowers.
like that. So I mean, for $20, that's actually I almost was gonna grab that.
was that which big box store was that one?
That was at Wally.
Oh, Wally World?
Yeah.
Don't
Don't know if yours will have it, but
I have to go and look because I don't know if we have our seed packets are in. We just haven't put them on the floor yet.
And I'm back.
Who's eating?
yeah, they were already starting to organize the back sector of the store, but the outside was still devoid of anything greenery wise, unless it's like cold tolerant.
Yeah, most of our stuff should be going out here in the next week.
Keep an eye on citrus.
Oh no, I'm not paying that much money for it. Oh, my moringa tree broke in half.
No.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. Everybody except Jason. He's like hiding out.
Yeah.
Because his moringa tree broke.
Well, listen, I got my house coat on to try and keep warm.
Me, I am good. I got my shirts and stuff
Yeah,
on.
no, my house is not very well insulated.
So, what can you do to alleviate that?
About $1,000 plus with insulation and a lot of work and lumber and a lot of plywood.
Well, you're gonna need more than $1,000.
Oh yeah.
$1,000 might buy you 10 sheets of plywood.
No, that's just the installation. I can put it in the floor.
So, no spray foam, huh? Sorry, I got to put my brace on because my knee's starting to hurt.
Spray foam works. The problem is with spray foam is the rats and mice will still eat through that and they'll make little pockets in there.
Yeah, I know.
Because a lot of the spray foams that's nowadays, the industrial stuff for houses, is actually food grade. You can actually eat it.
Yeah, no, like I said, I only got a couple of some of the spots I might have like 2 feet, 3 feet. I can actually get underneath there with a can of foam. The problem is I can't spray it up.
What kind of windows do you have, Jason?
Something from the
Industrial Revolution.
1920s, 1930s.
Oh, okay. So you got virtual antique windows.
I got the old wooden sash windows where you can replace each individual pane. It's a pain in the ass when I have to replace one.
There's a quick and easy way to insulate your windows.
Yes, I know. I'm put plastic sheeting over on the inside.
Yep.
And blackout curtains.
That too. Though solar radiation, if you have the good, decent windows, well, I worked in a window company for a while, a couple of them. And yeah, both Geldwin and Pella windows. I've worked for both.
No, that cost me about $600 to $800 per window to replace.
You know where you can get them cheaper than that?
No, most of it's going to be labor.
I thought you could do it yourself.
Oh, hell no.
framing out a window is not that
You
hard.
got to deal with the metal siding and everything else.
Oh, okay, that's a little different.
Uh-huh. Well, like I can pull off a piece of trim, pull it out, and put it back in. Yeah, that's something the siding has to come off the house, try and save it, pull the windows out, put the new ones in, and then put the siding back on. Not easy.
I have an archery question for
See, I'm trying to stay a little bit more warmer now.
I don't have an answer.
I know you have arrows to go with your bow. What kind of tips do you have on your bow, those arrows?
I think I have just regular field tips on there.
And those are aluminum, correct?
No, mine are actually steel.
No, your arrows.
No, mine are carbon fiber.
Okay.
I have carbon fiber and aluminum.
I've got carbons for those ones, which are only 6 of them. There's 5 now officially because I shattered one. But most of mine are cedar, with the exception of my 2 fishing arrows, which are solid fiberglass. I've always wondered if you could use the fiberglass garden stake rod things to make fishing arrows.
Nope, they'd buckle.
Why? They're just the same. They're actually thicker than the ones that I get than I have for my bow fishing arrows.
Fiberglass ones?
The fiberglass rods, solid rods.
Those are pretty heavy.
Yeah, the ones I use for
Or
like
the bow fishing arrow.
marking your garden paths and stuff in the snow.
Yeah.
So, 3-footers.
Yeah, they're the same diameter. You just got to have yourself a something to be able to cut the fiberglass and shape it the right size for adding a tip and a knocking point.
I don't think the spine would be bad.
Oh, no. Those things are so stiff, it doesn't matter. All you're doing is going for fish anyway. Now, if you're trying to go through a car door or something like that, that's completely different. But if you're going for a fish, yeah, I think it'd be fine. As long as the only
Put it
thing...
in the threader and thread it on there.
Huh?
So just just run it through a threader and put threads on it.
Well, you can't really do that.
Built it on there.
Okay, this is my... Look at the diameter of this right here.
Yeah, you just glue a ferrule on there.
That is the same diameter as the ones you see at the garden ones, except this.
Yeah.
That one's orange, this one's white. But I would have to, grind it to where I could put a knock on there. And this one here doesn't matter because it's a barrel type end piece anyway, as you can see. So it just fit right in there. Now, some of them you see will actually have a screw that fits in there to hold it in place, or they have glue. But I would think it'd make it, if you're really wanting to, you could probably do the same thing with a regular broadhead. And this thing would be a heavy, heavy, heavy duty broadhead arrow. It would not break or shatter easily. Now, the only thing I would hunt with that thing would probably be a boar, a wild pig of any kind, because there's no point in me going after anything bigger than that. And the only time I would do that is I got invited by Jason to go down to Texas.
Isn't technically hunting a deer hunting something bigger than a boar?
But I don't hunt deer. For a reason.
I know you don't hunt there. I haven't seen you hunt in a while.
I've been
Haven't
hunting.
seen you there. Haven't seen you hunt over here.
I actually never went hunting when I was in that area, when I was there. I didn't know you then either. You were probably, oh man.
Overseas.
No. When I was in New Mexico, particularly Albuquerque, I was about 14 years old. And I don't know how old Cliff was, if he was even born yet.
No, I probably wasn't even a twinkling in the eye.
So it's been a while since I've been to Albuquerque.
Yeah, I recommend not coming here. It's boring.
Actually, it was last weekend, Lori. While I can't go around with it very much, I am allowed to stand in one place. And I can do that. I just can't do a lot of twisting or anything like that because I'm standing basically on one thing. People say, "Oh, you can do it sitting down." that's not the case. When I normally shoot or hunt, I don't sit. I'm a ground hunter. I stand. It's just hard to do when it says I can't walk right now. Now, one of the things I would love to do is once I get my knee fixed and I'm get my knee back in shape, I want to go use my snowshoes and go both hunting for rabbits and stuff like that. But unfortunately, my surgery date is the last day of rabbit season.
Duck season.
Not until this fall. I know you want to do the Bugs Bunny thing.
Now, don't do anything this fall because the last time you did something that fall, you have registered knee surgery in February.
Yep. And that was literally a year from October. A month after I had my knee surgery before that.
Well, I'm checking my weather here.
But Ian said,
Why do you not have snow in New York already? Aren't you guys normally buried under like 3 feet of snow?
She's not New York City. She's like north of that. She might I think.
No, I said New York.
That's what I said. I thought you said I was talking about New York City.
No, the whole state of New York is. I said New York already.
A lot of practice, Lori. I've been shooting for just under 50 years. Elmer season. Oh my God, that reminds me of something. Did you know there was a Batman Elmer Fudd crossover?
Okay.
They were hunting him and Batman and Elmer were hunting Bugs Bunny. Yep, you got to see that. It's a thing. Don't ask me why. I just saw it today. But bow wise, a lot of people who bow hunt don't walk around when they're shooting. They're actually either sitting in one place or standing in one place. Now, afterwards, if the person's going after a big game animal such as a deer or a boar or sheep or whatever, then they would probably have to
Walk and stalk.
Yeah, walk and stalk. I am unable to stalk at the moment, but I have been able to post up in one location and not move no matter what happens. And I take advice from something that I heard Fred Bear say in an interview. Camouflage does not matter when you hunt. I'm paraphrasing here, folks. He wore bright plaid, red plaid, when he bow hunted.
Well, yeah, because deer are colorblind as shit.
Well, no. The thing is, he says, long as you don't move, deer will come to you because they're trying to figure out what you are. And I've had them come within less than 10 yards from me, trying to figure out what I am, standing straight up and down. I was in full camo, but I was also standing in a clearing. But I made myself like a tree, and every time he tried to turn and look at me, I didn't move. But I was well within bow shot for him. Unfortunately, I was in the wrong season, and I won't hunt illegally. So it was a nice buck. I just couldn't touch him because it was turkey season, not deer season. And I only seen a few turkey that were shootable at the time, but nowhere near where I was at, unfortunately. But nowadays, well, especially Iowa anyway, that you now use 410s for hunting turkey with the tungsten ammo, then that's great if you can do it. I'm still considering highly picking up a black powder rifle for deer season. You know why, Cliff?
Because you only get one shot.
Besides that,
Yeah, I honestly would not want to use black powder for deer season because if you miss, that's it. You're done. You're done for the entire season.
No, because you get a tag for black powder season. You get a tag for bow season. There's this one little section for about a week, they cross over.
Yeah.
And if you miss with your bow, you can reach out and touch it with a black powder.
Not much further, but yeah, you can.
A lot faster, but yeah, and a lot
Yeah,
higher.
with about as much accuracy as a blind kid throwing a baseball at a wall.
Actually, no, the modern black powder rifles are actually fairly accurate.
Yep. And the thing is, as long as you have it set up and you have your tags for both, doesn't matter.
With you?
Bow.
You gotta have. Definitely got to have them on you.
Yes.
But as long as you have both, you can carry both because you're not interfering with either one.
Yeah, make it fun. Just, why use black powder? Use a blunderbuss.
If you can find one that doesn't explode on you,
It's got a wide range of damage.
Well, no, they make modern ones.
they're basically just shotguns, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, with whatever you stick in it.
No, they were basically shotguns back in the day. But I would stick with the a deer hunter 50 caliber.
Maury's got a commercial.
No, like I said, here we can hunt with the hogs with a cannon.
You ever
I
thought about
actually
take
have a
pictures?
YouTube commercial of the live bull games. I will not be watching any of that. Now, Lori, is there anything in particular about the tips I've been showing off that you were interested in? Which ones besides the hex blunts? Cliff just uses field points, but you can hunt with field points, folks.
No, I just have field points on them because I wasn't really planning on hunting with it. I was just using them for target practice.
Right.
I don't
But
hunt.
you do have the ability to switch out your tips if you need to.
Yeah, because they're just threaded in there.
Yeah, versatility is key. I'm a firm believer. I've got arrows set up for each type of hunting I'm doing.
Ajax, are you outside?
Coyotes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's outside because them yotes are loud.
Oh yeah, he's after the yotes.
Put them on mute.
Oh, hold on. He's muted.
Okay, just in case he has his PP with him and he
Right.
decides to pop one.
No, just you just claim it as fireworks.
Because I'm not saying where he's at, even though people might know where he's from, and he's perfectly legal to do what he's doing. So
No, I'm just covering our butts for
monetization?
yes.
That's my butt. You were basically covering.
Jason, please do not cover my butt. I think you have cold hands.
Oh, he's got cold hand. He's like me. I am toasty. Unfortunately, I have to wear my brace. My knee is killing me right now. For target practice, field points are easy. I mean, I've got several dozen of those I keep on hand. You can get them from Three Rivers Archery. Let me get the link for you, and I'll put it in the chat. That way you can check it out there. That's where I get a lot of my gear. The Three River Archery is really, really good place to go. I just got a new catalog from them yesterday.
All right. We can unmute him now.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. We heard the coyotes.
No, that was my buddy out
Oh.
hunting, and he sent me a video, and I didn't know it was going to be that loud.
Well, we didn't know if you were outside and you were
No.
performing predator control around the house.
No, he's out coyote hunting tonight, and he had a pack fired up, and he videoed it. So
I'm not sure if you get anything from Three Rivers Archery or not, Tyler.
no,
You should check them out because they do more than just archery. They actually have black powder in there too. So you should check them out.
Yeah.
They actually have one thing in here that I didn't expect. I'm not going to show the picture, but they have cannon. At least one
One what?
small cannon.
Oh yeah.
Damn it! I only got freaking 370 views on that. Sucks.
No, my latest one's on.
That was a short, like 20 seconds.
Okay, I think it's showing a picture of a cannon should be okay, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Cliff?
Lego cannon.
Nope, this is a tabletop one.
Should have
They
just
call it-
claimed
it's
it as a Lego cannon.
It's a working miniature replica of the same style used on the USS Constitution, aka Ironside. It weighs about 4 pounds, but you can actually shoot that one. It's a 50 caliber, so you can do that. Now,
Man, I would not want to shoot 50 calipers. That's a waste of calipers.
I don't know about that.
Do you know how expensive calipers are?
Depends on what they're from. Are you
Yeah,
talking about bicycles or are you talking about actual vehicles?
Calipers.
No, the actual tool.
Well, that's a different kind of caliper. I said
No.
caliber, not calipers.
Yeah, and I said calipers. Why would I want to shoot 50 calipers? Although then again, it's at the same time, why would I want to shoot brakes?
I thought that's what I thought you meant when you first said it.
Because that's part of the hydraulic system for your brake pads.
Anyway, I don't call them calipers. I call them micrometers and stuff like that because that's basically what they are.
It's the squeezy things that make you stop.
Yep.
You see things that make you stop?
Yeah, but they got some really
Oh,
nice.
those blood pressure things.
If you want to go full on pirate, you can go that way out right here. Or unless you want to go with this kind right here. That's a full on pirate pistol. But they call it a Kentucky 50 caliber percussion. Or the box. Those actually might work for you, Tyler. This one's called the Trapper.
Yeah.
An old trapper's pistol.
That's
I
what
can't-
Jason
I
needs
can't
for
think
his
about-
mice.
Huh?
That's what Jason needs for his mice.
Yeah.
A flintlock for or a percussion cap for mice. Oh my God, there would be nothing left. It'd be a blood mist.
No, you should have seen the one I got last night.
Even then, you'd still miss them with that
Oh,
thing.
Oh, no, he did not.
I painted a target last night with one. Literally.
No, I'm saying a 50 caliber would missed it completely. You okay, bud?
Jason, you need a blowgun.
I
Yeah.
mentioned that. I told him that.
He needs one like I have. The Cold Steel Edition 1.
Is that a 40 caliber or a 50?
No, it's the
It's just
It's
the large
the-
ones.
No, they have
Six.
different boards. They actually have, it's like rifles.
625, but it actually has legit.
Steel darts. Oh, those look like hunting points.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. They do. They have broadheads just like anything else.
Great
They
for
look like
frogging.
the regular darts. I got a whole bunch of them just sitting right up here, but they're not put together.
Jason needs some for mice.
Ba-doom.
No,
Well,
the
you
two-
wouldn't have to worry
Yeah,
about
you
zipping
didn't want to do it.
no,
You can
I
sit
have,
there like you are
This
now
way.
and just.
I have a very small window to shoot through.
Oh,
He literally has a very small window.
oh.
It's what? Slightly bigger than the average size of screen door on an RV.
Well, like I said, between me and the target, there's about
15 feet.
if I'm lucky, a 4-inch gap that I have. Without having to crouch or anything.
Is that from where you shoot from, or is that
Through the
actually-
door. Through the door.
Oh, okay.
Opening in the door.
Yeah.
Now, if I was able to sit a lot higher, or the slide on the door, it's a sash window, was lower, I could lower the window and go over, but I can't.
Yeah.
I have to go under the window.
Yeah, that 6.25 is basically a 50 caliber blowgun. Is that the one piece or the 3-piece?
That one's the one piece.
I know
But
they come in different kinds.
Yeah.
Yep.
It
Later,
does
CR.
the
Have a good
job.
one.
BRCR, be well.
Temperature will
Does the
not be very
job for
good.
what I needed to do. Especially with those darts.
Yeah, I used to have the metal tip darts way back in the day when I was shooting my blowgun.
Mhm.
But I only had a 3-foot one at the time, and you can do a lot with a 3-footer.
Mhm.
They're very, very accurate with with decent practice.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, you can really damage your darts doing that too, because you get really hyper accurate and you end up hitting your own darts.
Alrighty, Tyler. That's my margin of error.
All right, I gotta look at it.
Is that the Grand Canyon wide or
No,
sidewalks?
height wise, not width. It's height.
Hey, Cliff, you bought your bow off of Amazon or where?
No, mine was a Christmas gift.
You
Like
can see how far that window is down on that target.
Mhm.
Air gun, no, I would hit the window.
No,
Blow
I
gun,
did.
would hit the
I'm
window.
not sure if you caught it, but I did finally get the knocking point on this one. This is my Deer Seeker, 50 for $100 basically. This is a really decent little bow. It's just more red than I'm used to. Unfortunately, I can't use my bow fishing reel for that one. I've got to use my reel seat and a different type of fishing reel for that one for bow fishing. Now, if we would have had a bow fishing setups for when we were down at the gathering, Cliff, we could have got gar all day long.
That is weird.
Though,
not really, they were not biting.
no, with a bow fishing setup, you could have. That's what I'm saying.
They
Because
weren't
they
even
were
close.
they were
close to the
nesting
top
up.
of the water.
Huh?
They weren't even close to the top of the water.
Yeah, they were. Where you got your fish, your small mouse, big large
No,
mouth
when we
bass.
were at the dam,
Yeah. And that where everybody was at when Pepper decided to fish but not fish. Because she was
yeah,
excited. But right along that shore where the reeds were at, where I was at, they were there probably about not even 6 feet off the shore. And they were like about 3 or 4 feet long.
yeah, I should have taken. I should have dragged my slingshot out. I could have probably tagged one with the damn slingshot.
You probably could have. They're non-game fish, and you could have done it. But I just, like I said, I just wish I would have had my bow fishing setup I have now, because I could have took more than just a few down. Now
I've caught gar before.
I've caught gar, but I've never bow fished for gar.
Yeah, I haven't bow fished. I caught one off of a river up here. I had something else on the line, and then all of a sudden, my rod almost flew into the water. I was like, "What the heck?" The next
Exactly.
thing I knew, I had like a 13-inch gar on there. Well,
That's not very big. 13 inches is kind of tiny. But you got to still have to watch out for the.
Even 3 or 4-inch fish.
Yeah, they are. They are fast. One thing they are. Now
Gar are just as bad as bass.
there's one fish I would not want to hit with a bow.
Carp,
Nope.
catfish.
Depending on which one it is, yeah. But I
Steelhead?
would say sturgeon,
Oh, you're just gonna piss a sturgeon off.
pretty much. But if I do happen to hit him and he decides to run,
You're done.
I might just cut the line because there's no freaking way I'm bringing him in.
Well, if he
Yes.
actually goes fast enough, you might actually just pull the arrow right back out.
Possibly, yeah. But those sturgeons get huge.
Oh yeah.
if the bony extrusions don't, deflect the arrows in the first place.
Yeah, it's basically an albino alligator fish.
Pretty much. But they get like 6-7 feet long, or if not longer. In some.
Oh no! If you see a 6 or 7 foot sturgeon, that's a small sturgeon.
Well,
I've seen these things up to 18 feet.
No, like I said, if I see one, the one I'm going to see is the small one. You're not going to see the big ones until it's too late, because you won't know they're there until they want you to know they're there.
Yeah, until they're trying to suck in your foot
or your leg.
Yeah.
But I still plan on going bow fishing this year for the first time. I don't know if I'm going to try to record it yet, but I'm going to try. Oh, does anybody have any cheap suggestions for Pepper's, an action cam for Pepper? Because she's been doing a lot of videos lately, but she's been using her phone. But she likes being able to keep her hands free for all the stuff that she does. I would say GoPro, but she doesn't have the budget for that.
Yeah, honestly, I have no idea.
Because she's been doing a lot more YouTube videos, and with the way she explores, she needs all the camera time she can get.
Trying to see if I can find the.
All right, I am back.
No, you're front. It's just the front.
Storefront.
No. Jason, when we were down at the river, when we were after we left the spillway, where everybody was together, I'm not sure if you made it down there with us. The rest of us down there were Blake walked his bass and everything else. Did you see the gar down there?
No, I did not.
Am I the only one that saw them? They're like 3 or 4 feet long, and I just couldn't get them to bite. I realized that if I had my bow fishing set up, I could have took some down, because they were definitely within range. Because they were not in deep water at all.
I got a California buddy who was fishing for sturgeon out by somewhere. He got a 7-footer.
Wow, that's an old one.
How much did that weigh? 100 pounds?
No, I don't remember what he said the weight was. Well, he didn't. They caught it, but I'm pretty sure they released it afterwards, because he's out there on a kayak. You can reel one up, but you ain't getting it on the kayak. Let's put it this way: he destroyed a $1,500 fishing rod.
A 7-foot sturgeon can weigh about 200 to 300 pounds.
Yeah.
That's a lake sturgeon too, right?
Huh?
It's a lake sturgeon.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I've only caught one on the Sacramento River, but it was small.
I haven't caught a sturgeon. I caught catfish, carp, most standard, some freshwater fish. I've caught a stingray before.
I've never gotten stingray.
Yeah, mine was
that might be on my list
feet.
of things I go bow fishing for eventually.
Yeah, I was going in California for a trip for school. Went to Water World. And one of the days we had a boat cruise and we could go fishing. And I caught a little, like, 8 or 10-inch stingray.
Oh, listen to this, Cliff. The largest sturgeon ever recorded was a female beluga sturgeon, 23 feet 7 inches long. You ready for the weight?
Probably like 4,000 pounds.
3,463 pounds. They don't tell you, it doesn't say when, but that's over a ton.
That's a goddamn buffalo right there.
It's a beluga one. I'm not sure what a beluga one is, but
That was a whale.
Yeah, imagine trying to get that sucker on a boat.
I'd be lucky if my
That's like trying to fight a
bow
tarpon.
didn't get pulled out of my hands for something like that. They're usually found primarily in the Caspian and Black Sea basins, and formerly in the Adriatic Sea.
Yeah, I'd be a little disturbed trying to swimming in an area knowing that there could possibly be a 23-foot sturgeon sitting down there, waiting to
Harmless
just
to
eat
us.
me like a fish.
They're harmless to us.
They say they can grow up to 10 meters in length, 10 meters, and weigh over 2,000 kilograms.
Yeah.
And that was in 1827. So
Yeah, it's an underwater. They're underwater submarines,
yeah, there's like,
armored submarines.
oh yeah,
But no teeth.
but they eat anything that moves.
Yeah, they're
You know,
like I said, they're like largemouth bass.
They'll, if it can fit it in their mouths, they'll eat it. But these are the ones that caviar comes from, I guess,
Yes, the sturgeon.
which is highly prized if you can do
Well,
it.
you can make caviar from any fish roe.
Right. Well, this is actually beluga sturgeon. Overfishing.
How do you overfish something that's anywhere on average between like 7 and 30 feet?
Particular species of
Is
beluga.
declined.
Because of beluga caviar and stuff like that. Pollution and some other stuff is another reason.
Maybe beluga in the deep blue sea.
Well, they say here, loss of habitat, overfishing, natural factors, and pollution. Those rich people got to have their caviar, which makes no sense. If I don't think there's any of those sturgeons in Iowa, but there could be.
They're in California, Oregon, Washington, Canada, Alaska.
Actually, there is one. It's called the shovel nose. It's the only one legally.
Yeah.
They're allowed. They're in Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, we do have them. The state record is 12 pounds and 33 inches. It was
Still a pretty good sized fish.
Huh?
So that's still pretty good sized fish. 12 pounds, that's enough to feed at least 4 people.
That's back in 1974. Now, I don't know if they caught it or they speared it or whatever, but yeah.
I think they even make caviar out of the paddlefish eggs too.
I don't know. We got paddlefish. If that's what they're called. But they have to snag those generally.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can bowfish them. If you're going to snag them, you can bowfish them, I would assume.
Nope.
Yeah.
They
That's
can
the
snag them,
thing.
you can still release them. All right, Ajax, you're gonna go live tomorrow.
Okay, cool. What time? Because I want to be there.
Remember, we're also
I'm gonna
watching Des too.
I'm going to be a square. Sorry, I'm going to be a square.
What about an obtuse triangle?
That would just be a triangle with a weird side. One side longer than the other.
Why is he down in the chat, not up here when he's already in the chat?
He could be on the phone with somebody.
Oh, okay. Well, he did say his friend was
7 p.m.
Okay. I'll try to hop
Mountain
in.
time, Central time, or Eastern time? Western
Or
time.
time or happy hour.
Or Greenwich.
Greenwich Mean Time?
Greenwich, I was going to say Greenwich Standard Time.
No, Greenwich Mean Time.
Oh, yeah, the Grinch is mean all the time.
Yep, you're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. No, I can't bowfish for sturgeon, unfortunately. But you can snag them. Just can't bowfish them, which really sucks. Oh, Cliff, I discovered something when I was setting up my live tonight. I'm not sure if you've noticed this or not. There's a
He
new
just fell out of he died. Ajax is no longer in the basement. Do what now?
There's a new feature on YouTube when you're setting up your for lives called Inspiration to help you set up your lives and stuff, and help you with topics and stuff. They even help you with offering suggestions for your thumbnails and word types and stuff like that. The picture that you saw tonight was suggested by Inspiration on YouTube. So that was kind of cool. I like the pictures. And I just typed in traditional bow hunting and bushcraft, and this is what
Scooter, that's not your food.
part of it. So
Yeah, Scooter, it's the cat's food.
Yeah.
have you named him yet?
No.
No, because you're supposed to take him to the
We're
vet.
hoping he goes back home.
Shipped.
Say what?
We're hoping he goes back home when it warms up.
Nope.
Throw him outside.
That cat is yours. You fed him. You let him sleep inside. He's yours.
I didn't feed him.
Your wife did.
Unfortunately, yes. The first time tonight.
The cat distribution system is never wrong.
Are you hungry yet?
Yeah. Should have taken it when you said you were going to take it, Jason, but now it's too late.
Oh, you can still take it to the vet, but if it's not, it's too. It didn't look like it was old enough to be chipped. Oh, was it Norse Forge had a cat did do the same thing to him? Yeah, he had a cat show up at his new house he just bought, and when he first saw it, it was just a skinny young cat, and then it became pregnant. He's named it Pickles. He's not a cat person, but he's got one now.
No, I just got a bunch of them now.
Well, he's doing a whole thing on waiting for the gherkins to drop, as he's been calling them, which is kind of cool because it's a black cat, and you're gonna have a lot of kittens to deal with.
Yeah, if you have a black cat and the first one that comes out's orange, burn everything.
Why? It's a redhead.
That's a bad omen right there. That is just straight a bad omen. You got a black cat giving birth to an orange cat. You don't
Most likely, it's probably going to be a black cat. I don't know if it's delivered or not. They were supposed to take it today to the vet to get an X-ray to find out how many's in there, that kind of thing. So, but the cat distribution system thing is real. Trust me.
I'm glad it hasn't happened to me.
Quit saying things like that. You know what happens when you say stuff like that?
Yeah, I end up with a pet fox. That's what I'm hoping for.
Well,
I
it's
want
going to be a
want
cat that looks like a fox, but you're going to be calling it a fox.
No, I want the FDS. I want the fox distribution system to work in my favor.
It doesn't work that way in your state.
I know. I wish it did.
I looked it up just to make sure on that one.
I told you. I was not joking when I told you can't
You can't even get a special permit. You can't even. I mean, I don't know if they actually have a wildlife rehab center or something like that. After like somebody hits a fox or something like that, they take it somewhere to get it.
I would have to have acreage for it, and it would have to be zoned as a
Rehab
either
center.
a wildlife refuge or protected zone or something
Right.
along those lines.
Welcome back, Jason. Because
He didn't really leave. He just
no,
muted.
he was muted.
Yeah.
Just quickly. So
And the wife is coughing.
no,
At least she's not wheezing.
I am winding down, guys.
Alrighty.
Not that I want to, but my eyes are really fighting it right now. But I really had fun talking about archery and stuff. I haven't really done a full-on archery. Come on, come up. Come, Russell.
See, the problem with doing this is if you're cross-eyed, you go punch sideways no matter what. You ain't gonna punch straight.
Because you don't do that because you rotate anyway.
Yeah, but you go rotate the other way. You ain't gonna rotate this way. You go rotate that way
I rotate this way.
because you cross-eyed.
No, I'm left-handed. It's my left hand. It's my right
Yes,
hand.
but somebody who's cross-eyed is gonna punch sideways.
That's why when they're standing next to you, make sure they go like right turn, Clyde. Think.
Left turn. Pull the lever.
Pull the lever, Kronk. Wrong lever. But yeah. Any idea what you're going to be talking about on your live on Saturday?
Gardening.
Well, gardening's a given, but I mean, anything else?
No, just kind of prep to get for the next season.
No, no more unboxings or anything like that, possibly.
Yes.
I know you've been getting a lot of new stuff in. That's your new Grim Survival Network Works
Yep.
card.
That actually just came in yesterday.
Oh, there you go. That's something at least.
Yeah. I did get some new seeds today, but I've also got seeds drying on the floor right now from all the acorn squash that we had.
I recently found all my seeds, but I've got to wait till I can actually do anything about them. Because Jenny can't until she gets this cyst removed out of her somewhere. She's got like several that she's got to get removed.
Oof.
One's in her jawline, right above one of her teeth,
Ooh.
right near her sinuses. And she's got to get the bolt removed that was screw loose that we've been talking about in her
Yeah.
foot, in her ankle from her original surgery. It's starting to work its way out on its own.
Ow.
So
That should be doing that.
well, the thing is, it's not a difficult surgery. It's a local incision, withdrawal, stitch. But that's it. But right now, we're having to see what they're doing with the cysts and stuff like that, because that would require something up in her jawline, removing that cyst that way. But it's one of the major reasons she's having teeth problems. It's something she didn't even know it was there. But she's been having trouble with cysts all her life. So that happens. But right now, I'm just working towards getting my knee fixed and getting rehabbed back into shape so I can go back to work and actually get, which is going to be funny, I'll have 3 weeks worth of vacation once I go back to use up before the end of the year. And I already have third of the year already gone. So I have almost enough time to kill a month after I go back. Doug's back.
Hey, Doug, welcome back.
Sturgeon in Lake Ontario. Okay. Well, that's a little bit further north of it. I think the only person that could really deal with that would probably be Tyler, because he's up in Michigan. Depending on where Lake Ontario is compared to where he's at. I know Lake Michigan's on one side. What's on the other side? Does anybody know?
Canada.
No, lake-wise. Because you can't say lake-wise because you know how many lakes are in Canada?
Yeah, a lot of lakes.
Land of 1 million lakes.
I think there's more lakes in one province in Canada than there are in the entire U.S. combined.
Probably. But I think in the Guinness World Book of Records, Canada holds the record.
Yeah, Lake Michigan is between Michigan and Wisconsin.
No. What lakes? Lake Michigan's on one side. What's on the other side of Lake Michigan?
Huron.
Okay. That's what I wanted to know. I know there's Huron, Ontario,
And Erie.
and the other
Erie.
one.
Erie.
That's over by Ohio, though. Right?
No, all three lakes touch Michigan.
Okay. But not Ontario?
Ontario? No, Ontario is going to be
On the other side.
New York, in
Okay.
Canada.
Further on.
Mhm. And Superior is going to be way north. That's going to be Canada and Michigan.
Oh, now that Doug's back, I can actually ask him a bowfishing question about Florida, because I know people bowfish for certain kinds of fish besides snakeheads. What do they bowfish for down there?
Alligators.
Fish-wise. Hence the bowfish.
Snakehead,
I know you can bow hunt alligator
snakehead,
within
carp,
season. What was that?
snakehead, and carp.
Now, the Asiatic carp or just regular carp?
Any carp.
Not much of a difference, to be honest. They're all invasive.
Yeah, well, the thing is, the Asiatic carp here in Iowa were introduced to help keep the moss and stuff down. It didn't
Yeah,
work.
then they got overpopulated and started eating all the other fish.
Yeah, they kind of went, "Nyeh."
The jumping carp.
Carp are terrible. That's why usually in most most places that have carp, there's no limit on how many you can catch, and they don't care if you just check them up on the shore and let them dry out and die.
They do this. They say carp and perch. Both of those is that way. I don't know about gar, but since it's not a game fish, probably the same.
That's whether or not they consider. Sorry, that's whether or not they consider it an invasive fish or not.
I don't know either because they're just like that shovel-headed sturgeon. They're local. And as we were talking over on Jason's channel yesterday, the pawpaw that we have here, it's the only citrus fruit in Iowa that was naturally occurring.
I still think it's weird that it's classified as a citrus fruit.
Yeah.
When
It
it has
is.
more of the texture of a banana.
It's in the family of. That's the only reason why it's classified as one.
The genus.
Yeah. Don't ask me why. It is just is.
It says low value, easy crop to grow. No.
But it's also mostly located in southeastern Iowa. The Haviland is, I think, it's what it's called. Was covered by two guys named Haviland. That's the only reason why we know we have it. It's been here since the beginning. It's the only species in Iowa like that. We're the furthest north too, because it can handle cold weather better than the ones down south. Now, is it as big? No. It's in the same family. I posted that in the chat and everything yesterday, I believe.
I still want to get those cannonball walnuts.
Now, how big do those get?
They said about like 4 inches in diameter.
Because, I mean, when I was a kid, we had a walnut tree, and it was like 3 inches in diameter.
Now, I'm pretty sure that's including the rind too. So,
Well, without the rind, 2 inches.
yeah.
With the rind, 3 inches for black walnut. But this was a really, really, really old black walnut tree.
Yeah, but still not for $100 though. That's an expensive tree.
You know.
But my dad used to take and sell black walnuts because people would buy them by the 5-gallon buckets. He also would sell the mushrooms he would get too, the morels. Anything to help make an extra buck. And morels, as you already know, are expensive.
Yes.
Which makes no sense. I can find them anywhere. I can't really touch them without gloves, but they're
Well, it's a short window for morel mushrooms. It's what, 3 weeks?
Yep. Well, the thing is, we get ginseng here too, so that's even more of a limited window. But they're worth more than the morels, which makes no sense to me. But I'm sure it makes sense to somebody. But I know a pound of ginseng is worth a lot of money.
Yeah.
To the right person. Okay, I'm gonna try to go to. Oh man, it's almost 9:30. Last time I checked, it was 9. Now it's 9:30.
Good night, Colin.
I didn't realize what time it was because I mean,
Oh yeah.
the other day I think it was on Tuesday. I was all the way up to 10 o'clock before I realized what time it was. Because I was like, today's been different because until I ate supper, that was the first thing I've eaten all day.
Yeah, no, I gotta go back to work.
I haven't been hungry. But I think I'm going to be out at the bottom of the hour. Thank you all for coming. I really appreciate it. Cliff, thank you for being here. Jason, Molly, thank you.
You're welcome.
And thank you to Tyler. Next, thank you for being here. I know you're not here at the moment, but you were here before. And everybody else in between. We had Lori in here. We had Rob. We had Doug. We had a couple other new people here.
Our usuals.
Let's see who else we had in here.
Most
We
of
had
our
Mike
usual.
here. Let's see here. I'm trying to do a quick shout out to people. So Cecilia, obviously. CR. We had some new people come in besides that. I can't remember what they were called. No, Lori was here. Wildlife is one of the few that wasn't one of my moderators.
Oh, Wildlife or whatever.
Wildlife, yeah. It's really interesting. When you guys post something, you're all blue. I post something, it's white. It's like everybody else who's not a moderator.
Yeah, that's how it works on the non-mod side.
Can I make myself a moderator on my own channel?
That was really Wildlife was the only one that was
New.
like the
Yeah,
odd man.
he's not new. I've seen him before, but
Yeah.
he's actually not bad. But
Chad
Doug was
actually-
actually the first one in here tonight, which was really surprising. Right after Rob was next. But thank you guys for coming. I really appreciate you all. And I'm out of here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Have fun.
Jason.